Hello and welcome to another brief demonstration of new features in the Luna release of the Eclipse Papyrus project. Today we'll be looking at switching profiles. Now, it is slightly inaccurate to characterize this as a new feature in Luna, as Camille implemented the first version of it for the Kepler service releases, but it has been considerably revised for the Luna release. So imagine that we are developing a profile for J2EE modeling. So here in my workspace I have a J2EE profile. I have 3 versions of it. And in the latest version I added a metaclass association to the operation metaclass, which the bean stereotype will use to identify which operation is the finder. And for testing purposes, I have applied this third version of the profile from my workspace to a model. So I have a bean class that has a finder operation. It's an entity bean, and being an entity bean, it has an ID attribute. Now, presumably, I am developing this together with customizations of the various Papyrus tools, including the diagram palettes, model explorer property sheet, and so on, to deploy this profile in a plugin. So to that end, I actually have in this workbench the J2EE profile deployed, but what I have deployed is the previous version, the 002 version, that does not have the finder operation association. So to test how the my test model here works with the deployed version of my profile, I will switch this profile application to the deployed version. So on my model here, I have a new refactor menu with a switch profiles action, so let's go do that. We do some analysis up front, including resolving all the cross-references in the resource set, which is why another model was discovered over here. So up comes the switch dialog with an explanatory blurb and a list of all the profiles that we currently have applied. I only have one, so it shows up. The J2EE profile from the workspace is applied, so I can browse to choose some other profile in the workspace to switch to, or in this case we actually want to switch to the deployed version of the profile. So let's do that. We'll hit OK. So now we can see this is the switch operation that we're going to apply. So let's do that. Okay, so we're done switching profiles, and it looks like some kind of problem has come up for an incompatibility between these versions, and indeed the finder operation is not available in the deployed profile, so that's some data that we've lost. So there could be lots of problems of various kinds here that we want to review later, so let's create markers so that we can find those problems later to review them. So indeed there we see a little warning has appeared. So we're done with that. Let's see what these problems are. Indeed, here is the finder property not found, and that is on our bean stereotype. So if we go and look at the properties now of the bean stereotype, indeed, the finder operation association is gone. But other information like the entity bean kind is retained, the stereotype on the attribute is retained, and indeed, if we look at the raw XML, let's open that with the text editor, we see that our profile application has changed to the Oh, right, of course, we haven't saved this yet. Because, in fact, this is an undoable operation. If I were to hit undo, we would actually change back to the version that has our finder operation and is the 003 version. Right. So let's redo again and let's save. Then we can see that in the XML here, indeed our J2EE namespace now is located in the deployed plugin. The profile application is one from the deployed plugin, and our bean stereotype application does not have the finder anymore. So there you have it, switching profiles in the Luna release of the Eclipse Papyrus project. Thank you.